This is the Pete and Sebastian Show with Pete Corielli and Sebastian Maniscalco.
Pete and Sebastian Show. We are back. Might only be one a week. I think we'll figure it out. Of course, Sebastian Maniscalco on the other end. Bro, how are you? You're looking good. I'm looking forward to hearing about the development of the television show.
We are good. We are busy, which is a good thing. Don't know where to start. Let's just start.
I have to, bro. We try to have things, do other things on the show, and we're about other things. But I was saying to you before we start, the world is literally ending right now, dude. It's ending. It's ending. I mean, this is like strains and new strains, and Israel might have something that. How is Fauci still fucking in charge of anything, bro? This is insanity. I want to get onto the little things of this show, but we can't ignore it, can we? Is this all an edit? I don't know. It's fucking nuts.
First of all, I'm glad that you got that out. I have no idea what's going on in the news. All right, I have completely tapped out. The only thing current event-wise I'm looking at, Tom Brady. That's it.
Yeah. Thank God for him, huh? Thank God for him. I'm exhausted. I had to say that. I'm trying not to watch the news either. I just see it sprinkling out there. Yeah, what is with Tom Brady? I mean, what is the deal with this guy? I mean...
listen, 43 years old, right? And I'm not discounting what you just said. We'll get into that. But how I've been diverting my attention from the daily news was I'm trying to pick out the positives. Now, this guy won his 7th Super Bowl. He's been to the Super Bowl 10 times, which I can't even wrap my head around, right?
I know. It's unbelievable.
Is this guy in his sport better than Michael Jordan was in his?
Wow, huh? That's a great argument. I would, honestly, man, almost without hesitation, I'd have to say no. Because, I mean, Jordan he retired because he was so bored. I mean, he was literally bored. You know what I'm saying? It would be like if you went out and played soccer against a bunch of 5-year-olds, beat them 3 seasons in a row. You go, this is ridiculous. You know? And then you left for a year and a half, came back and just to check to see if they got better. And then you did it again. It was like crazy, man. He could do everything the best, every aspect. You know? And again, man, he was as handsome as Denzel back in the day when Jordan played, right? Was he just what a specimen?
Not only handsome, but the suits, the cigar. It was like a modern day Frank Sinatra.
Yes. It was.
Although later on in life, I don't know if he lost his stylist, but have you seen what he wears now? It looks like he's a hobo.
Yeah, his eyes are he always looks like he just finished hanging out with Snoop Dogg. And I don't even think he smokes weed, but his eyes, I think they're always red, and he's a little overweight now all the time. He's enjoying life.
No, let him. I'm not saying he shouldn't enjoy life. I'm just saying he went to it almost like he did 13 years in the NBA dressing up in a suit every day. And then he retired. He goes, just give me my sweatpants and my Jordan.
Yeah.
I want to be comfortable.
Absolutely.
So, but I'm watching Tom Brady last night, and I posted this on Instagram. He got in the huddle with 1 minute and 9 seconds left. And he, I don't know if he was congratulating his team. Did you see this when he got in the huddle?
No, I saw your Instagram and made me laugh, man. That was funny.
Okay, so he gets in the huddle. He's like, all right, and it's like, it's 1 minute left. And this guy is totally amped. And I think, like I said, I think he wanted to go down the field again. I
know, right? That was so funny, your Instagram thing, right? They're up there. It's over. You would think they'd be in the huddle going, guys, this is insane. We got this. But he's yelling at them. And it's like that level of intensity. I feel that's God-given. Like Jordan had it, Kobe had it, LeBron. But even outside of sports, like Tom Cruise, like who makes a Mission Impossible 8 in a pandemic and gets it done? You know what I'm saying? I mean, the sheer willpower of these, they got this thing, you know, and Tom Brady has that, you know? I mean,
yeah, it's just amazing to watch. And like you said, Tom Cruise, not only doing this thing in a pandemic, I don't know if you heard the tape that leaked that he was screaming at everybody on the set about not wearing a mask.
I know.
I heard that speech. I wore my mask around the house for 3 days.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Can you imagine if Tom Cruise yelled at you? Oh, that would hit. That would stick. That would stick. You know what I'm saying? You know, like if I was filming something and Kevin Bacon yelled at me, I'd be like, fucking beat it, you footloose, fucking, what the fuck? Look at you. I mean, he's got a nice body of work, but he ain't no Tom Cruise to be yelling at me for not masking up. You know what I'm saying? Let's take out my rant at the beginning. That should have been off camera. I feel good now. Yeah. It put me in a good mood. I don't know why I even said all that shit.
It's all right. It's all right. Now, I had to tell you, did you watch the Super Bowl?
I did, man. I did. Most of it. I mean, a little bit in the second half. I split for a little bit, yeah.
You watched the commercials at all?
I didn't. I caught some of them, but not all of them. But then I was like checking the Twitter thing and to see because I was trying to do an experiment because I saw The Weeknd, and I said, which I got to get into with you in a second, the guy. And then I said to Jackie, now, if I understand how Twitter works, if I go to trending right now, this guy should be trending. And I go, and there he is. But all the commercials were, and everyone was saying that they were all really woke. I mean, all the ones I were watching were like, you know, definitely, how do I put it delicately, pertaining to the times.
Yeah, there was a lot of pertaining to the times. But what I want to focus on, and I don't even know if you saw this, but I remember back in the day, the Super Bowl commercial, you would see maybe 1 or 2 celebrities, right?
Right.
And they were in it as a cameo, as a goof. And like, oh, did you see the Super Bowl last night? You know, Sean Connery was in it, one of the commercials, right?
Yeah.
Now, I don't even know if you remember this commercial. I think it was Bud Light, the "What's Up" guy. The "What's Up"? You remember that?
Oh yeah,
thing?
yeah.
Okay. 3 guys who were not even famous in the commercial, and the commercial made them famous. But now it's switched to every commercial. They're trying to out-celebrity the other company. Now, I don't know if this is a pandemic and a lot of celebrities were looking for quick cash.
Yeah.
But I see Matthew McConaughey, right? One of my favorite actors. Did you see this commercial?
No, but I mean, what is it? After the car thing, what else can he do?
Well, I thought it was for the car thing. It was him paper thin. So it was him and he was flat. Just a flat, like almost a cardboard cutout of his body walking around, right?
All right.
And I go, hey, where are they going with this? Because he's the Chrysler guy. I'm thinking maybe he's going to get in a Chrysler and he's going to start driving soon. No, I don't see no car, no nothing. I see a 3D Doritos bag, right? It's 3D Doritos, I guess. I don't know. That's the chip now. It's like 3D. And it's in a vending machine, and he goes to get it, but he goes in the vending machine to get it because he's so thin.
Right. Can I interrupt for a sec?
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, you tell him, well, I don't want to. Go ahead, keep going.
He eats the chip in the vending machine bag. He eats the chip out of the bag, and he starts going back to normal. You see his hand starts to come back to normal, and then boom, he blows up, and he's plastered up against the vending machine because now he's full size. He can't fit in the vending machine.
Oh, and he's stuck on the inside of it.
Yeah, and his face is plastered up against the thing. Now, I'm looking at him going, you got an Oscar.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, man.
And I remember when I remember when celebrities used to have to go to Japan to do an ad, right?
Yeah. I remember that. I'd be walking through the airport in Italy, and I'm like, is that Brad Pitt doing a cologne thing over there? What the fuck is it? Yeah. He's thinking how many people are going to go see me in Italy, right? Yeah.
When the hell did that all switch where now McConaughey's doing Doritos, Will Ferrell was in one, I forget what one he did, but it's like major motion picture stars are doing commercials. I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying why are all the celebrities in the commercials? The joy for me watching a commercial was the creative juice behind it, and it wasn't so like, I feel like they're trying so hard to make the big fucking splash. And if I was in these ad rooms, I'd say, all right, guys, we're just simple and funny. We don't gotta get crazy with 3D and this and that and celebrities. Just the what's up guys. I still remember that. Where's the beef lady?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Simple.
Just funny. Just fun. Do you remember years ago when we were kids, they used to have the Strohs? There was a beer called Strohs.
Yeah.
And the guy had the Strohs dog.
Yeah.
Oh, they were so funny, man. They were funny. But yeah, no, funny commercial. I get it. I hear you. And listen, putting a celebrity in it's been funny, but I feel like, to your point, all right, you did the massive star in the commercial bit. Now it's not sticking anymore because we see it all the time, you know?
Yeah.
So then they do the one, I did see the one where they're at the top of the mountain for streaming, and now they got all these stars up there. And it's like, how many stars can we fit in a day in a room, right? They're all up there doing their thing. But
it's too much. That's all I'm saying. I think we should go back to just writing really good copy, having really cool people deliver it, and it doesn't have to be a major celebrity or whatnot. I just was stunned with the star power that was in some of these commercials.
yeah, it's nonstop.
Hold on. I got a call. Okay. So yeah, that was my night last night. And here's one. Tom Brady wins the Super Bowl. He's up on the platform. He's talking. He's got his family up there. He's got a daughter. I'm going to guess she's anywhere between the ages of 9 and 12. Right?
All right.
She's carrying the Super Bowl trophy. She's got the trophy, right?
Awesome, man.
While he's talking, she's got it. Now.
That's awesome.
Now. There's 54 other players out there, right?
Right.
Do you think the other players are going, hey man, with the dog? Yeah, could I carry it? Like, or well, honestly, do you think that came across anybody's head, or do you think they were saying if he didn't come to Tampa, we wouldn't even have the trophy? So if he wants to take it home and just put it, like if Tom Brady told the owners,
right,
I'm just going to keep this and
make a duplicate for the boys.
Well, no, does the Super Bowl trophy, this is what I want to ask. Super Bowl trophy stay with the team, or does that get passed around to the next team next year? Like if the Rams.
No, I think you get it. I don't think it's like the Stanley Cup where it gets passed around.
Oh, okay. So
yeah, I think. Okay. I'm not sure, but I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. But
so the team who wins just gets one trophy. There's not like 5 that go out. Here's one for the owner. Here's one for the owner's wife, the coach.
No, I don't know. I think there's one trophy. I don't know how that works. I mean, no, but there's not. Each person doesn't get a little mini trophy that represents the thing. There is one that we all hold. So to your point, if Tom Brady's boy was holding it, then I think more of the guys would be like, all right, get it. But when it's the girl, you're like, yeah, it's the girl. Question is, like when it goes to the kicker, is he allowed to let his daughter hold it for 5 minutes too? I'm like, yeah, you're the kicker. You're lucky you're getting your own paws on it for fucking 10 seconds. All right, beat it. Yeah. That's the, yeah.
Well, when it comes around to the kicker, does he even get? Do they just skip him?
I think they give it back to Tom Brady's daughter. I think Tom Brady's driving against the holder before the kicker. By the way, too, the kickers, they should make that thing smaller. It's starting to bother me that the kicker is winning the games too much. You know what I'm saying? They should make that thing like half the narrowness, like really narrow. Enough with this shit. Bring out the kicker. You got these giants beating the shit out of each other, and then this little guy comes skipping out like fucking Dorothy on the way to the Oz, and he decides the game. Sometimes he's not even wearing a shoe. The fuck? Oh, here comes Tinkerbell. I guess it's up to him. It's very weird, isn't it, bro?
Well, I gotta tell you
What?
And I was looking at these kickers during the game, and they said 50-yard field goal. Now, back when I was watching the 1985, a 50-yard field goal, the guy had a
He don't even take his coat off until you're inside the 30. But back when we grew up, right? These guys, it's ridiculous.
What I'm saying is, a 50-yard field goal back when we were growing up, if the guy made it, you'd be like, 50 yards? Could you believe?
Yeah.
Now the guy goes out there, it's a chip shot.
It's insane. To
your point, it's gotten easier to make the field goals. The guy's kicking 60, 65 yards, and it's still got room to go.
Yes.
Make this shit smaller,
right?
so it's harder to hit.
I say just put a bucket up like the size of a basketball hoop. He's got to kick it in there. Pretty soon they're going to bring some Russians in, you know what I'm saying? They're all, genetically enhanced. And they're going to be like, where can you kick it from? And they'll just be like, wherever it's fourth down, guy, no problem. No, listen, whenever you're offense, you got to guarantee 3 points. All right? That's guaranteed. Lock that in.
I can end zone to end zone. I can kick it.
Yeah.
What?
And extra points, just for fun. All the fans that couldn't get in, they stand outside. I kick it right out of the fucking stadium. Someone gets to kick the ball. That's where it's going, bro. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I know, man. It's like, when are they going to raise the basketball hoop? It's 10 feet, right?
Bro,
get that.
yeah.
Get it up to 13 feet. It ain't any fun anymore. These guys could jump and hit the backboard.
I think if you raised it, half the league would say thank you. You know what I mean? It's like, right? I see what you're saying. They're ducking when they're coming in. It's like insane.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, okay, the athlete has gotten better. They've gotten stronger. They could jump higher. But the game has stayed the same. The game have to grow with the athlete?
I agree. I mean, to that point, I think golf courses now should be about 6 or 7.5 miles long. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Tiger Woods, guys like him, they're coming around more often now where they're getting on the green in 2, no matter where you put it. It's like,
yeah,
they're cutting you're growing oak trees and they're going over that shit. And you're like, I planted the oak tree, so now you had to go around. That's why we planted the oaks.
I didn't think you were going to go over it.
Right. Oh, man. It's insane. All of it, bro. Oh, God.
Oh, my God. So that was my Sunday. I'm getting ready for...
What did you think of the weekend, though, the halftime performance? I know you're a fan of him.
I'm a fan of him. I met The Weeknd at a party once.
Oh, really? Cool.
He came to my show at the LA Forum.
Nice. Did he come backstage?
He was supposed to, but when I saw him at the party shortly after that, I saw him at an Oscar party, and I said, I heard you were at my show. I just didn't get a chance to meet you. He goes, yeah, I got stuck at the buffet. He was eating. He didn't get down to the green room. So I said, oh, thanks for coming. What have you? Nice. I've seen the Weeknd in concert at the LA Forum 3 or 4 years ago. Love his music, love his voice. He's not a dancer.
Oh, okay? He's not. Because I'm telling Jackie, I go, from what I understand, because I know you saw him, I'm telling Jackie, I go, this guy supposedly is a lot like Michael Jackson, the closest thing with the dancing and da-da. And Jackie's like, he's not even dancing. And I'm like, I don't even know what's going on.
It's more the voice and more just the kind of vibe. You could tell he was influenced by Michael Jackson.
Well, he was wearing gloves.
Yeah, but I mean, I think he had admitted that Michael Jackson was a big inspiration. Listen, I generally, the Super Bowl halftime show to me,
yeah,
no matter who's performing,
no matter who, I'm with you.
It's like, it's 15 minutes and they're trying to jam 7 songs into 15 minutes and do a chain. It's just a lot to do in such a short amount of time.
Such an odd thing, dude, isn't it?
Yeah, it's odd. It's like doing stand-up comedy at a rock concert. You know, it's like,
yeah,
the people are going to. Are they watching a halftime show? Are they going to get concessions? I don't know. What do you think? Where are we at with this halftime show? That's another thing. I think it's got to change.
It's something's got to change, because even when it's somebody that I like, I don't judge them by that show. It's just a weird thing to do. And by the way, even if you do it great and all of a sudden I'm into you, then now I got to turn back to like watching football. They don't go together. It's we should just keep talking football and have great commercials and maybe cut to the locker room. Save a bunch of cash. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't really get the point of the whole. But other people, that's the only reason they watch. Some people.
Is it time to have stand-up at halftime?
I was going to ask you that. If they asked you to do that, would you? Well, you consider it, but would you do it is the question.
Worst possible environment to do stand-up. I think we both agree, right? At a football game.
Yeah, but if you could, yes, absolutely. But you gotta like remember, you're not playing to them. You just gotta try and focus on the fact that you're playing to the world.
Okay, you set the stage up in the middle of the field, and maybe you bring some chairs and populate the football gridiron with the chairs. Maybe you do that. Maybe is it a Billy Joel with a piano?
You know what? If you're gonna do stand up, I would do it the other way, even more ballsy. I would say I don't need. Let's be honest. Everyone in the stadium is gonna. Half of them are gonna watch me. The other half are gonna go and, like you said, get food. It's gonna be crazy talking. I'm playing for the world. I don't need some people in the front row giggling at my shit for timing. It's 15 minutes. I worked it out. I know what I'm doing. Go out. Super Bowl, halftime. Nothing but you, the mic stand, stool, and a glass of water. Boom! Nothing. And you're in your contract, you're like, nothing else on the field. Can you imagine? That is just stripped naked. That is the biggest stand-up audience a human being could ever have. Right?
So no, you don't want any people by you? As far as like
nobody. The entire field is basically my stage per se. Because I'm playing to the world. You could maybe even have like lights on the ground on the field, little stars floating around me, so it looks like, cool around me, but it's just me. Boom, like think Barbara Streisand, one spotlight, boom. People who need just strip down.
That would be a statement. It would be a statement. Super Bowl stage, biggest audience ever, and you're doing 15 minutes. And would you do a set that pertains to football and the experience of the Super Bowl, or would you go out there and go, guys, my wife last night putting our kid to bed? Like,
I would do it like you would probably do it, man. You would do it like that at first, like let's be honest, not this, but who's already gone through so many wings and da da da, or is Tom Brady really going to do this? Like a riff, a funny line, off of what people are thinking, get him giggling. Then about 3-4 minutes in, you're all talking about your wife, and they don't even realize we're not even talking about the game anymore, you know? And then by the time they giggle and you go, all right, guys, I'll let you grab your last cold one and get back to the game. I hope your team wins, baby. But aren't we all winning just being here? Boom. And you could thank me later for no fucking music. Boom. Right? Something like that, you know? And you're out. People are like, that was great. That was, you know? Yeah,
I think you might be onto something. It would be a lot of pressure, though.
It would, but maybe you have a couple of guys, but then that's that thing. Like, I mean, you don't want to be going second. You got Kevin Hart up there crushing, you know, and he's going over his time. Oh God! Can you imagine? Can you imagine being up there and half the stadium's yelling, "Bring back Hart! Bring back Hart!" I'd just be by myself. Man. Yeah. Something, man. Yeah.
That would be something. Who knows? It might be in the cards in the future for a comedian. What the hell do I have to tell you? You got anything off the top of your head here? Because I got to like marinate. I just got back bouncing around town. I'm shooting this Discovery show tomorrow. And we're going to be off and running here for 13 episodes. So.
Wow.
It's Lana's going to be in it. Sometimes the kids are going to be in it. So this incubated out of the pandemic. Is that the seeds that I planted over the pandemic are finally growing. So
nice. See, huh? You see these folks? That's a level stand up. You're right, with a stall level when your B plan is making a TV show. So listen, man, this thing is on Discovery Plus. So
Discovery Plus is probably going to air May, June, or July. After it does its run on Discovery Plus, it's going to switch over to the Food Network.
Another one of our favorite shows. Now, when it goes to the Food Network, same sort of a thing where you can get it on Netflix or something, or will maybe be on the Food Network channel, like a show.
Channel.
Really?
The Food Network channel. 13 episodes on the Discovery, and then it jumps over to Food Network. Same 13 episodes on the Food Network. So it's going to be on 2 different platforms. And it's marrying my passion for food and comedy. And just, it's more informative. No, I shouldn't say more informative. It's not a bite and smile show. It's an informative show of things that I'm interested in, anywhere from sushi to making bread to fire to food presentation, the whole thing. We're going to cover it all. And, we're excited. A little nervous, but excited.
I love, by the way, man, my family and I, every Sunday we watch food shows. I mean, Sadie loves them. We're always watching Discovery and Food Network. This is exciting for us to see. I love the lingo. It's not a bite and smile show. Is that industry lingo for a particular type of food show? Because I've never heard you use that before.
It's funny. I'm picking up these little wordisms as we go. You ever somebody ever tell you a word, and while you're listening to the rest of what they're saying, in your head, you're wondering when you could use what they just told you to somebody else? Like when I first heard bite and smile, I go, I can't wait to use that.
Yeah, expressions for sure, yeah.
But the way I use bite and smile is I do an act out with it. And when I explain to people it's not a bite and smile show, this is what I do, all right?
Yeah.
I go, no, it's not a bite and smile show. You know those shows that you see?
I think I gotta be honest, bro. Go ahead. You're doing a disservice to the line. It didn't need all that afterwards. I mean, we all know what it means.
Speaking of the show topics, we're going to do a show
on
weed and food. how people cook with marijuana, right?
Right.
Now, I want to ask you this. As we all know, I'm not that big of a pot smoker, but I take the CBD for wellness, whether it be sleep, aches and pains, what have you.
Yeah.
Now, my question is, I always hear, do you want some gummies? Eh? This is like pot lingo for pot in the form of a gummy bear. Now, I don't know about you in the pot community, but when I hear gummies, I hear, like, I'm offended. Like, I'm 47. Like, give me like a beef jerky with some pot in it, like
right. Yeah.
give me like a manly food. Why did they go with the gummies? Do you know?
I don't know. I hate gummies in real life anyway. That anything with that kind of continuity, you know what I mean? And Swedish fish, all that shit. I don't know though why they went with gummies, but I'm right there with you. We got some cool edibles, I'm like, all right, you know what? Let me grab my skateboard. I'll come on down and I'll pick up some of those cool little gummies you got, right? I hate that shit.
It doesn't sound like, if you told me I got some edibles, I'd go, all right, I'd love a little, a T-bone with a little pot thrown on it. Like a
right.
sprinkle it on I don't know, an omelet. I don't want gummy. What is it?
It's a good way to go. I think it's a good way to get the THC in you quick. That's also in a candy. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
it's a good transmitter?
Chemically exactly. But they do have, like, you should look into that when you go, man. I know they have like all sorts of different ways now that you can get, eat it, drink it, all sorts of shit. I don't do any of that.
Yeah, we're going to explore marijuana and food. And it's going to be a fun show. It's going to be a lot of work.
Yeah. Well, I guess you'll have to pick up your shovel there, guy. Making a food fucking TV show, telling us it's a lot of work. People are out there messed up, bro. Except unless you're a teacher in Chicago, then you got your feet kicked up, enjoying the afternoon. I'm talking to a wall. This guy doesn't watch the news now. What am I doing?
What's going on in Chicago?
They're not going back to school. These teachers won't go back to school. The whole union, they're holding strong. It's getting crazy. I'm getting anyway. I don't want to get onto that. The food thing sounds. When you say it's on Discovery, though, is it going to be on Discovery Channel TV or Discovery like on demand? How do we find it?
So Discovery Plus is a platform that you have to pay for. I think it's $4.99. It's like Netflix. It's just called Discovery Plus.
Okay.
But if you have the Food Network, you're going to be able to see it on the Food Network when it comes out on the Food Network later.
That's awesome.
Later in the year.
I watch that show all the time. I love when I watch the judges when they're judging the food.
Yeah.
Because like one of them will say something harsh, and then I'll say to Jackie, the next time someone comes up, she's going to be real nice about that thing because she knows she was hardcore about the last thing, and it's like, and you just, it's fun to watch that stuff, man.
Well, yeah, I want to ask you something, which I've often thought watching a food competition show with judges, right?
Yeah.
Do you think it should be blind tasting? And what I mean by that, they get the plate of food, but they don't know what chef made it, right?
Yeah.
And they go, oh, no, this is really good. And then, who made this? And the person raises their hand. Because I think if the judge don't like the chef and he's got like an attitude, that bleeds into when they taste their food. They go, this is made by Frank. I don't like Frank. I don't care how good it is. Don't you?
Yeah.
Don't you think it should be blind tasting?
Absolutely. It could be, because it's stuff like, I'll even watch and I'll go like, there go Frank is the, what do you call the baker at a restaurant? What?
Pastry chef.
Yeah. Oh, he's the pastry chef at the 4-star Michelin, And right away I'm like, well, I don't want Frank to win. Obviously, Frank thinks his shit don't stink. You know what I'm saying? So I'm right there with you, you know? Well, then the opposite, you see somebody that's like, you know, they look like, you know, they need a break just by looking at them and all. And you're like, come on, man, come on, make something good. I want you to win. Dude, that's a great idea. And on top of that, what do you think about the judges not being able to see each other? Because I'm tired of, by the time it gets to the third judge, there's nothing left to say about that thing that everyone ate because the other two said everything. So then they say something so like, all right, with the fucking leaf on the side could have been finished better. You know, like that kind of bullshit.
No, I know. If they didn't know what they were saying, each other was saying, they wouldn't even know that the vote rests on them. You know, like you ever see that one vote's one way, the other one, now it's up to you. Which way you gonna go? Fuck that. I want to vote without knowing what the score is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because sometimes you're literally voting going, you know what? In my head, I'll be like, Kathy's wasn't as good as Mike's. But I want to see Kathy next week. I like Kathy. Kathy's probably going to make some good. I know Mike got lucky. This is going to suck next week. So I'm going to give it to Kathy. But you thought Mike's was better right now for round 2. So I'm with you, bro. Have you brought that to your people yet?
No, I haven't, but that's in the works. So what else did we do over the week? What's going on at the Corielli house? What do you got? You guys?
Well, listen, man. I know we touched on this before, but I gotta bring it up again. I went Monday. I had my yearly physical. All right, and now I'm at the age. I don't know about you, but I get every year now. I get the prostate with the gloves on, finger up the situation, right? And I know we talked on this. So Jackie. Friday. My doctor's appointment's on Monday. Friday she gets a bill from the doctor, and she's like, she looks at it and she went for her physical. You know, we have insurance, so she's like, why am I getting billed for my physical? So then she looks and she sees something else where it says hot flashes. Talked about her hot flashes at night, you know, sleeping or something like that. And she's like, what? So she calls over. And the receptionist explains to her that when you go in for your physical, if you discuss anything else other than, you know, your basic physical, the doctor sees that as well. That would be a separate visit. You'd come in to discuss that, so you're already here, so I'll just charge you a double visit. Huh?
What?
Right, bro? So Jackie goes, well...
Wait. Let me clear this up in my head here.
Mm-hmm.
You go into the doctor because you got chest pains, right? So you're going.
I'm going in for my wait. Am I going in for my physical, my yearly physical, and I say I'll bring up my chest pains when I get in there, or am I going in for a chest pain visit?
It's a chest pain visit.
Well, yeah, then you're gonna get charged, obviously. You know, I have insurance.
Okay, listen. I've got chest pain. You mind if I make an appointment? Yeah, come on in. Right. Sit down with the doctor. What's wrong? I got, in the morning I get chest pains. I'm short of breath. Oh, okay. Then you go, you know what? Also, I'm having the stomach issues when I drink milk a lot or whatever. You're telling me if you ask another question that wasn't part of the original reason you're there, they're charging you double visit?
Okay. Now, yes and no. I don't know if that in that case, but when you go in for your yearly physical, which under the Writers Guild insurance, your physical is completely covered, then all visits after that, you pay a percentage or whatever.
Okay.
So Jackie's thing is, why am I getting charged for my physical at all? And they go, well, you brought up hot flashes. That's outside of a regular physical. So that would be seen as a separate visit, which I talked to the doctor, so I'll explain it to you, right? So that would be seen as a separate visit, right?
Yeah.
So Jackie goes, he asked me if I'm still getting hot flashes. He asked me. And she goes, well, you know, and the receptionist was very cool about it. She kind of has a problem with it too. And then there's the thing that Like, if I know when you're asking me about it that you're going to charge me separate, well, then let's really get into it. You really want to hear about it? I'll tell you about it. Because right now, I'm just sniffing the surface while you're pumping my fucking blood pressure with the thing, you know? You ever do that? He's pumping away. You go, my knee's tweaked. And he goes, it's probably arthritis. Yeah, all right. Yeah.
You're making medical small talk.
Right. But it's medical small talk. But when I say my knee's tweaked, if I know you're just going to charge me $150 for saying that, I'm going to swing it a few times. I'm going to have you rub it, maybe bang it with that little fucking hammer. You know? I don't know I'm getting charged. So, anyway, Jackie's steamed up about this. And she goes, when you go, I have an appointment with him in a month, and I'm going to let him know. But when you go in on Monday, you let him know. Oh, by the way, and the receptionist said when you go in, you have to be very clear that you're only there for your physical. And I go, well, who do we say that to? And she goes, you have to say that to him, right? So my appointment's at 7:30, and Jackie goes, you got to, Pete, tell him this, I'm coming in. Tell him this is not cool, and, just for your physical, and if he asks about your hip, don't mention it. I'm like, what the fuck? I mean, like, don't mention, like, I got my knee. I'm wearing my patella band. I was going to bring that up, but I guess I'm not going to do that right now, So, and I go, Jack, I'm being completely honest with you, bro. I'm not trying to be funny for the cast. I say to her, I go, Jack, you want me to give the guy a hard time 5 minutes before he fucking sticks his fingers up my ass? I mean, I just feel like it's like, not a good time, right? It's just weird. Like, to give him the point and then go, and then turn around.
Yeah. I'm sick of you charging me.
Yeah. And she goes, well, do it after. I go, he does that last, and he does a quick glove rip off, gives you a tissue, and he's out the door, man. That's like, even he doesn't want to stick around after that. That's his thing. So what am I going to do? Go, oh, by the way, while you're degloving, Doc, my wife had a little problem with the bill. So I go in, right? And I go, hey, and I sit down, and I go, I put my hands up. I go, it's just a wellness visit. And he goes, what do you mean? I go, no, I was just told, Jackie came in and got charged for stuff other than the physical. And I was told to let you know I'm here just for my physical. And then he goes, oh, all right, don't bring up anything else then. Like kind of being like, like that's his way of saying sarcastic, like whatever I'm saying is bullshit. So he goes, don't bring up anything else. And I go, yeah, right, I know. But in my head, I'm like, yeah, but right, I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
So it's already like, bro, this is like 7:35 in the morning. It's 19 degrees out. We're all masked up. By the way, I'm down to my underwear because you got to be down to your underwear before the doctor comes in. Down to my underwear with a mask on. Oh my God. Just what a specimen, right? Just fucking sitting there. So then he goes, well, Jackie has the underlying condition with the hot flashes, and we have to discuss that. So Jackie would have to come in and make an appointment to discuss that. So rather than have her come back in and make another appointment, I just do it all once and just charge separate for the physical and separate for the da-da-da. So, I go, oh, yeah, no, all right. I'm like, listen, man, I mean, you're literally about to Vaseline up your fingers, and I'm going to argue this, So,
listen.
Yeah.
It sounds like a nickel and dime joint.
I just feel like this is a pandemic charge. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody's got bills to pay, so how can I, we'll do a double bill pandemic. I don't want to make you come in and go back out and risk the virus twice, so I'll just jack you twice. Right?
So if you have 3 or 4 things that you have to ask him outside your physical, you're getting knocked for 4 visits?
I would, bro, but I limped out of there and kept it to myself. I mean, literally, I look like Kaiser Sose walking out of his office. I'm like, I feel good, Doc. Thanks. Bye. It's ridiculous.
And 3 weeks later, you die, and the doctor goes to Jackie, what happened? He had a heart pain, but he didn't think that was covered under the wellness visit. So he kept it to himself, and he passed away last night.
That's exactly. That's gonna happen, bro. I mean, even when he does when he puts his hands here And by the way, when he's going like this, doing it, feeling my, when he feels underneath your neck, but he's telling me about his kids in college, it's like, shouldn't you be focusing? Like, how much are you checking? You go, yeah, and then the oldest one is going to graduate next year. All right, and then he touched my back. Like if you close your eyes and just listen, you would think that two people were having a cup of coffee together. You wouldn't think one is giving the other one a physical. You know what I'm saying? That's how lack of concentration is going on.
I know. I'm not into that either. It's like just you could miss something while you're trying to remember your daughter and what she's doing up at college.
Right?
You could go over something really. Yeah, these doctors, man.
That's interesting, though, bro. I'm wondering if that's a technique. Like, if I just quietly rub your neck and I feel a lymph node, I'm going to go, oh, fuck. And you're going to go, what? I'm going to go, oh, no, I was just thinking about my... But so they just make any kind of small talk. So they're like, yeah, my oldest is in college. All right, that's a lymph node. I'll have to tell him about that later. And then the other... Bro, we can't give this shit away. This show is not... It can't be free. It can't be free. What are we doing?
All right, so
we figure out all this shit as we get older, right? All the techniques people have been using on us, man. Bullshit.
So here's one along the same lines. I told you I had low testosterone about 6 months ago. I had a test, and he said you got low T, right?
Yeah.
And he said lay off the wine because wine actually produces estrogen. So he's like, lay off the wine a little bit. I said, all right, whatever. So I straightened my act up. He's like, and he was calling me. This is another thing. He was calling me. Hey, you got to come in for a blood test to check your T. And I'm thinking to myself, is this guy low on business and he's making out calls? Like normally you call him to make the appointment. The doctor don't call you. And I don't know if this is a pandemic thing or what this is. Right?
No, I think that's just really good service that you'll don't look a gift horse in the mouth, man. My guy wouldn't even know if I died unless a family member gave him a phone call and said, you can take Pete out of your rotary.
So
is
I went in.
That's what estrogen is, what women have, right?
Female.
Well, if there is any more of a sign that wine is for ladies.
Oh yeah, well, just like I'm growing tits over here, right?
But not even like the fake beer fat ones, like real lady tits.
Yeah, like who knew that Cabernet would give you a D cup, right?
Holy shit. Oh, God, bro. If you do anything on wine in the Discovery show, you got to put that in. Who knew Cabernet could give you a D cup? So I want to... So, yeah, he's got to do a follow-up on the tea, guy. He's got to know if it's working. It's considerate of him.
So I booked the appointment.
Yeah.
I went in. I got the blood draw. Now, this was on a Monday, a week ago today.
All right.
Okay? They said, and I want to know my blood type because of the pandemic of corona. They say certain blood types could be susceptible to the virus. So I want to get my blood type. I don't even know what my blood type is. So we had the low T and the blood type tested. So you get the results probably within 24 hours. Tuesday goes by, no call. Wednesday goes by, no call. Now on Wednesday, I'm thinking, okay, I'm putting myself in the doctor's head.
Uh-huh.
Do you think a doctor gets the test results from one of his patients and the results are not good? Whatever it might be.
Right. He's got to get a...
Cancer, tumor, what have you, right?
Yeah.
Do you think the doctor immediately calls the patient, or does he go, the fuck? It's 5 o'clock. I got my kid's game. I got to be to this. I call him tomorrow, or I don't want to call him because I got to figure out what to say. Maybe he's like nervous to tell people that they got a disease.
Well, Well, like this, right? Like this. You're a doctor. You're the only one who knows. You looked at the test. It's Friday. You know from all your studies that no matter what, if you tell him Friday night or Monday morning, it's not going to make any difference physically in his situation. So why ruin the guy's weekend, right? So he don't tell you until Monday, even though he knows you're bouncing around Saturday and Sunday having a good time, but you only got like 4 of them left. But why ruin it for you, right?
But do you think the doctor at all doesn't want to make the call because, he's got to deliver bad news to somebody? And he's like, so that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking Wednesday, I go, babe, he ain't calling. Something's wrong with the tests. He don't want to tell me, right? So Thursday goes by. I go, I guess still 3 days?
No, it's the opposite, bro. With you, did you get the call yet?
I call him.
You call him.
I go, I had some blood drawn, and I don't got the results yet. Oh, okay. We'll have the doctor call you. All right. So I missed the call. He leaves it on my message. Your testosterone went up. Unbelievable. Keep doing whatever the hell you're doing. You're on the right path.
Wow.
And I'm like,
wow.
That would have been nice to know on a Tuesday morning.
No, listen. We're living in different times, and that's what I was going to tell you. When people are healthy, when they get a test and they don't hear back from the doctor, it's because there's so many people out there having problems now that they don't even get back to the healthy people. Just assume you're okay if you don't hear from me. Yeah, that's what's going on. And now yours. And by the way, another great point. This is what you love in a doctor. I mean, granted, you had to call to get the results, but how nice that he just leaves the message. He doesn't do the call me back and I'll fill you in.
Oh, yeah, no, this was he gave me the numbers of what the numbers were, and he's like, I'm sorry I missed your call, but just keep doing what you're doing. And I was like, all right, thank God. So now I'm interested. And here's another thing. I thought they were going to do a full panel of cholesterol, lipids, the whole thing. I go, what's my cholesterol? He goes, well, we didn't do a test for cholesterol. Now I'm thinking, if you're taking blood from me, why not just run the gamut on the blood, right?
Yeah, like what, did you notice tits and felt that we should do a T-test? I mean, what made you pick that one out of a hat? You know what I'm saying? I mean, that seems pretty random. That's what I'd like to know. I thought they would too, right? Shit. By the way, I have the blood test. Do you remember what you are now? What blood type?
No, that's another thing. I forgot to look. I got to look at the thing they sent me to see what type of blood type. Actually, maybe I could pull it up really. Do you know yours?
I don't. I always forget it. It's not a normal one. I think it might be B pos. But here's my question, bro, with the blood type.
Yeah.
Because they always say it's good to know your blood type. Jackie used to work at a hospital spinning blood in the blood bank, and she knows all about that, right? She did that for years now. Like, let's say you're in some crazy, God forbid, accident where you need blood so fast. And they, now they got to take a second to test your blood to see what type you are. I don't know. And like you could save valuable minutes if they already know your blood type, right? Now, if I'm like shot and I'm B pos. Can they just believe me, or do I have to have some special card on me that clarifies? Like, if they pump me with B pos and I die, and they go, the fucking guy was in the back of the thing saying he's B pos. So, even if if you don't have that little card, I don't think it matters anyway. You can't be I'm A negative. Trust me, big guy, hit me.
Do they have different blood types in the ambulance? I mean, is it hanging in there like popsicles?
Oh yeah, like a bar, right? You know what I mean? That's a good popsicles. I don't know if they give you blood, but I think when you're coming into the hospital hot, as they say off the gurney, it'd be nice to know they meet you at the door with a bottle of your brand. You know what I'm saying? Instead of having to wheel you in, spin it. Find out. It's valuable time. You could be dead. You could be but I think you need a card. I should put that with my
Yeah, no, I think there's a thing in your iPhone. Where the hell is this? Elevate. I gotta find this now. because it's driving me up a wall.
I still haven't flown since my card. I still have my card that shows I had hip surgery, so the metal detector will beep.
You have that on you?
I have it in my wallet. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't find it. Sad that you haven't flown since your hip surgery.
No, man.
Jesus, yeah. Unbelievable.
So I have two things I want to say about this doctor stuff.
Yeah.
By the way, did you go back and do a cholesterol test or blood pressure? How's your blood pressure?
No, he told me they didn't even take my blood pressure. They were strictly doing this testosterone test. Now, I called and I said, yeah, can I get some more results on that blood? And they only keep the blood for 5 days and then they throw it away. So my blood was past due. They couldn't run the test because it was already out of the, it was in the garbage.
Right. Yeah. What do you think they got? Like, oh yeah, no, we'll pull it out of the fridge. We keep it downstairs. We'll run a few more tests.
I don't know what they do with it. I'm thinking every blood sample they ever took is in a nice neat row in a refrigerator somewhere.
I mean, if they have the space, could they keep it forever like that? That would be great. Just be like, listen, I need you to run another test. I got some woman's. Yeah, I don't know, but
well, here, wait, going back to this is again this Pete Sebastian show. We know nothing, no facts, nothing. If they draw your blood at 47 and they keep it, and let's say you need it again when you're 80. And let's say you want a whole new oil change.
right.
Can they give you your younger blood, and is it better than your older blood? You know what I'm saying? Like, if they froze, if they froze your young blood, and then gave it to you 40 years later.
Yeah. This might all be an edit right here, bro, because this is such a fucking incredible idea. Are you kidding me? With rich people, even if it doesn't work, you could tell them it would and they'd believe it. Like, listen, can you imagine just going up to some of these yo-yos that are 25 years old? Give me your blood now, and then come back when you're 75. We're going to give you your blood back to you, and you're going to feel like you did when you were 25. I mean, people would be signing up for that shit. That's a fantastic idea. I don't know. Maybe you got to keep spinning it. Like, it's going to be expensive to store it. So the whole thing is going to cost you, like, Justin Bieber. It's going to cost you $5 million. But when you're 75 years old, you're going to get a blood transfusion with all your fucking 2020 blood. It's going to be insane, bro. But we got to spin it every couple of years. We got to keep it at an exact temperature, 98.6. We got to keep it at, yeah. We got yours and Lady Gaga's right next to each other. You guys, your transfusion day is the same day 50 years from now. It's fucking great. I love that idea, dude. I love it.
Oh, God. So what was your questions on the doctor?
So eventually, when my doctor with the prostate, we discussed a few things, and he explained his situation. I just said, okay, I go, well, whatever. Jackie was really annoyed and wanted me to bring it up, and I think he was still annoyed that I said that. Now, I'm not trying to be crass or something. I honestly think when he did what he did, he stayed up a second longer and pushed a second harder than he normally did. And I grunted out loud twice. I went, like that. And bro, it's just like, again, not to sound crass, but it just makes me know, dude, I could never forget it even once if that happened. Once. It doesn't just happen and it's over. Then he gives me the tissue, and then the rest of the day you're sore, and when you're sore, you think about it. It's like a whole thing, dude. It's got to be so next week I get the whole colonoscopy with the thing that goes up me. But I'm wondering, do you think a doctor can completely separate his personal feelings for a situation and within an exam?
No.
I agree.
I think if he's angry at you, you're going to see that in the exam.
I couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more. You know,
It could be even a simple open up your mouth and stick out your tongue, and he takes that dry piece of wood and he puts it on your. Yeah, he gives you a good like you almost gag.
yeah.
It's a possibility.
And again, how can you be mad at a man who's checking hard to see if you're okay? You know what I'm saying? So then today I had to go to my dentist. I'm supposed to be getting this tooth finally put in, right? I've had an implant, finally getting the back one put in. And then he goes, "You ready? Here we go." And then he does a bunch of stuff. And he's like, "All right, we let that sit for 4 months. And then we put on the tooth." And I'm like, "I thought I was getting the tooth today." And he goes, "No, it's been a long process and we had a couple problems, but then today you were getting the cap that goes on the tooth." And I go, "Oh man, you know, and now I got stitches up there. I'm going to see my mom tomorrow. I got to drive with stitches. And what's this?" And they hand me a piece of paper and it says what to do when you get a tooth pulled. I go, "What is all this?" And they go, "We know you didn't get your tooth pulled today, but you still want to do some of these things like ice it." And I'm like, "Oh, God damn, I thought I was just leaving here with a tooth. I didn't think I was doing all this, but I know it's not your fault, doctor. I'm frustrated, but all right, you know?" And I reenacted it right there for you. And then when I left, I said thanks, and I took my stuff, and I left. Now, I go home, and I tell Jackie, and she goes, "I have to call now and make my new appointment, and what am I calling, Peter? Are they going to be like, you mean? Like, you know," because I've done that at other doctor's offices where they're like, you know. And I go, no, I wasn't mean. I was just, and here's how it pertains to you. I'm watching the show, my favorite show on now, Animal Kingdom, as I told you about. And there's this character on there named Jay, the youngest nephew. I love this dude. And I say to Jackie, he's got the same quality as you in that he never lets you know, especially if you don't know him well, what he's thinking. You know what I mean? You never know what he's thinking, or at least a beat longer he makes you wait. You know what I mean? Like, and my problem, I go to Jackie, I go, "And I reveal too much." And Jackie goes, "Too much? My God, you don't shut the fuck up." You know? And that's my thing. I'm too perky. So even when I'm not perky, people perceive that as me being like not nice. But if I'm never perky, then I can just always kind of maintain this level of, is he mad right now or is he just being Pete? You know what I mean? But Pete's always like this, "Hey, how you doing? How's everybody? His fucking life."
I say you change it up on it and you go silent, Pete. And people don't even know now, once you go silent,
Right.
they're like, "Wait a minute. What the hell's going on here?"
Right.
Like,
do you like
the
that
whole
feeling?
I have been known to, like, if Lana was here, she will tell you this is my MO.
Ha.
To not reveal much. Is he happy? Is he sad?
Right.
Is he Is he mad? What is he? I just told him good news. Is this his happiness? Like,
Right.
I don't know if I do this on accident or it's just the way I am, but I believe leaving a little mystery as you leave the office puts the other person in an uncomfortable place where now they don't know. Like,
Yeah. Right.
like you didn't have to say all that with the Jackie being upset about the hot flashes and whatnot. You could have just went in there and say, "You charge extra for the Jackie's hot flash question?" That's all you had to say. And then you, yeah. Then you don't say nothing after that. He goes, "Yeah, I did." And then you nod.
Oh, Jesus, that sounds like I'm gonna blow the place up that night at about 9:30. So
That's what you want the guy thinking when he hits the pillow that night. You want him thinking, is his office going to be standing tomorrow?
Well, I do like your move, but the one part you left out, which like really lets it not be as cool, is everything you just said. Did you charge Jackie twice? And then he goes, "Yeah." Then you still have to turn around and bend over. You know, you
But
forgot to do that part.
But the bend over now,
Yeah.
you got the control. It's almost like he's thinking now, if I put my finger up his ass, he might fucking clinch it and break my finger off. You're not so vulnerable now. Now he's thinking.
I stick my finger in there and get whacked in there. You go on one hand, you go, I don't know if I do this on purpose, but I like leaving people wondering how I'm feeling. I'm pretty much answered your own question.
I don't know if I'm doing it on purpose, but I like the result. That's what I'm saying.
Man, you're not one of those people that like I like, if I give someone good news, I want them to be like, yeah.
That ain't me.
No, you're all right. So, oh man.
Oh,
by the way, speaking of shows, Monday, the 15th of February, the one I was writing on, comes out. The Crew on Netflix, starring Kevin James, baby. Yeah,
nice.
It's all about. It's a sitcom about the NASCAR world.
Now, do you got an episode that you came up with on that show?
Not so much on this one, because this one never wrote for a Netflix show before, but there's like, even in a comedy, there's a bit of an arc. So like, things have to happen. So I was involved in when we all sat down making the full arc, like, then what if this? And then what if that? But it wasn't so much like the last Kevin sitcom where you could have just isolated shows about something. But I do have, I hopefully in the future, we'll have a few of those. But, whether you like it or not, just put it on and let it stream, baby. Even if you put it on at 2 a.m. and wake up the next morning, let it stream for me. All right? Yeah. And
just
Kevin's
put
great,
it on,
as always.
Just keep it playing.
Yeah.
So they order another season.
Exactly, man. Exactly. Yeah. So anyway, but it is funny, and Kevin's always awesome. All the actors are really professional in this one too, man. There's one dude, he plays a race car driver. And I'm telling you, man, this guy could be like a Tom. He could be a Tom Cruise. He could be a Tom Cruise.
What's his name?
Come on, guy. I don't remember. Oh, fuck.
You haven't been on the damn thing in 11 months. What do you want? You remember a name? Come on.
Oh, yeah, I know. I should. All right, picking up from here. Yeah. So I'd say on my end, but I'm.
That's it. That's all I got.
Now, last thing I want to ask you, and then you can go. So, are you filming these in your kitchen in your home or at a studio?
No, all out in the field.
All right, and are you starting to film them next week?
I'm starting tomorrow.
Oh wow! All right, bro. Good luck, dude.
Tomorrow, yeah. So I'll have some stories next week about what's happening on set. But yeah, I'll fill you in.
Awesome,
and,
man.
Everybody out there, have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week.